Hello! Brody says, "Oh my god! It's happening!" I figured we'd go ahead and do an unemployment stream to help lift his spirits. What? Oh, okay. Some weird thing. Gonna go ahead and start in Lara's home. Go from there. Damn! She be taking some massive shids. And in cooperative mode. I like how we had, like, 5 viewers, and now we're down to 3.
Welcome back to my humble abode. Feel free to take a look around. Welcome back to my humble abode. Feel free to take a look around.
I don't know if I have the other control set. I do. I don't have, I guess, well, it doesn't say that I need secondary, so, Mason says, "You can die in her home?" Apparently you can. She can immolate herself. I love how it just kicks you back to the main menu, too.
Welcome back to my humble abode. Feel free to take a look around.
To my humble abode. I love a good pole painting. Fuck off, old man. I totally didn't push the button, though. Let's push that button. Mason says, or Brody says, "Ball approves," and then Mason says, "A suitable sacrifice." Do we have any chat reading volunteers, or? I mean, right now I'm just in Lara's home, so it's not like super important, but. Oh no, he shit his pants. I hope he's wearing a Trump-branded diaper. Just lock him in the fucking attic. Brody says, "The real sacrifice was your employment." And then Mason says, Winton! Just be like, for every week that Mason is unemployed, I will do a Tomb Raider 3 stream. Then the question is, does he get a job or does he stay unemployed so I continue to play this game? Damn, son, them books is huge! There's nothing ever good on TV. Hold on, I gotta change out the VHS. Mason says, my old employer was kind enough to fast-track me into getting me hopefully re-employed. No, I like money and have bills paid. And then Brody says, Mason should be co-host, read chat. It's only right. Like, your employer that just fired you is working to rehire you? Because if that's the case, the fuck? We had to fire you, but you could always reapply. Mason says, no, the first employer I had up here. And then Shrimp says, Tomb Raider stream and I'm in the barn! I feel hated. Ah, don't feel bad, Shrimp. It's only, we're only doing this stream to make Mason feel a little better since he lost his job. Otherwise, there would be no Tomb Raider 3 stream. So, as soon as Mason gets another job, I never have to play this game again.
I don't actually run everywhere. With the walk button down, if a jump is too far for me, I can grab the ledge and save myself from a nasty fall. Press forward and I'll climb. If I do a running jump, I can make a jump like that, no problem. Walk to the edge with the white line until I stop. Then let go of walk and tap backwards to give me a run up. Press forward and almost immediately press and hold the jump button. I won't actually jump until the last minute. Okay, this is a huge jump, so do a running jump exactly as before, except while I'm in the air, press and hold the action button to make me grab the ledge.
No, she didn't grab the ledge. A shimmer, shimmer, a shimmer, shimmer. Brody says, you are loved very much. And then Shrimp says, no way, I am loathed. Well, I will say, you're lacking on your cheese wife duties. I've been giving Liz more cheese than you have. So we went to Wendy's and got the Sonic the Hedgehog cards from the kids' meals. And Liz got a Sonic and Amy, and then I got 2 Amy's. So she went up to the cashier and was like, "Hey, I got 2 of these. Is it okay if I trade these in for a Shadow the Hedgehog and a Knuckles?" So the cashier was just like, "Yeah, sure, I don't give a fuck." So he gave her a Shadow and a Knuckles, and then she gave me the Sonic and Amy she got. So she has a Knuckles the Hedgehog and is quite happy. Shrimp says, "I'm not there to feed her cheese." Well, I mean, you could always come down.
Let's see how quickly the assault course can be completed. Are you ready?
Eight more seconds. Blue. Then Mason says, "Knuckles is a fucking echidna, not a goddamn hedgehog." Now, did I say that he was a hedgehog? I didn't think that I did, but, I mean, I could be. I could have. I am, like, trying to play this and talk at the same time. But I know he is an echidna, but if I said a hedgehog, I apologize. I misspoke. Just be like, "Sorry, gang. I obviously can't play this game and talk at the same time," and just stops the stream. But but yeah, so I have a Knuckles the Echidna and a Sonic the Hedgehog, and then an Amy, who is also a hedgehog, card thing, and then Liz has a Shadow the Hedgehog. And then Brody says, "Shrimp, what's your favorite cheese/wine combo?" And then Shrimp says, "I don't drink, so I don't know about the wine, but I'm a Parmesan mascarpone and fresh mozzarella gal." So here's a question for you, Shrimp. When you finish drinking all the mozzarella, what do you do with the, like, white chunky bits that are left over? And then Brody says, "Solid." And then Mason says, "Why don't you drink? I'm going to get absolutely shit-faced, at least this weekend." And then, as far as wine, we kind of introduced Brody to a winery that's kind of close by. Like, it's like an hour drive, I think, like an hour and a half drive. It's out in Amish country, but they have some really good, like, blackberry wine. That's what we get, like, almost all the time. It's awesome. You might like it. It's really good. Shrimp says, "I screech." And then she says, "I just don't like alcohol." Same. It's the alcohol aftertaste that gets me. Ugh. Like, the wine is really good. It doesn't have, like, a strong alcohol aftertaste. Like, most of the time when I drink, it's socially, and I usually make mixed drinks that, like, cover up all the alcohol aftertaste. And I made one drink one year with, like, a special Mountain Dew. I mixed in, like, some, I think it was blue raspberries, Svedka, and then it was a splash of lemon juice, and then I want to say it was like some orange carousel. And and I think like a drop of grenadine. It tasted like liquid Skittles, and like we had buddies over for D&D, and they kept like they'd drink it up and they'd be like, "Hey, can I have some more of this? This is really good." They had like 3 or 4 like cups of it, and they're like, "I gotta go use the bathroom." Gets up from the table and almost falls over because they were that fucking that fucking shit face. They're like, "Oh god damn." It's just like, what do you mean, goddamn? Like, you've had like 4 cups of those. They're just like, yeah, but I couldn't taste the alcohol. There wasn't like anything in it. And I'm like, bullshit, there wasn't. Like, the whole reason I make drinks the way that I make them is so that I can't taste the alcohol. And then Mason says, it do taste bad. Brody says, it's the shizzle. And then Mason says, unless it's certain wines, that's what chasers are for. And then Brody says, Hunter's Ridge Winery, I meant. And then Mason says, wines are for talking and hanging out. Alcohol is forgetting why you exist. And then Brody says, I drink Everclear to be more sociable and relax. I mean, it helps you relax enough to hit on my cousin. Okay. We shall start the game!
Yelling myself hoarse on this radio every day. It's just the weather dumps on us frequently here, and maybe my transmission doesn't get through. I don't know.
I can't understand one word of what you say, Willard.
It's all going swell, sir.
Get the bit up! Get it out!
Turn it off! Off! Hey! Switch it off!
Think you better come and check out Site 2. What about this?
Blow through it! Find more meteorite.
Nah, something a little younger than that.
Oh no! Billy!
I don't want you to set that explosive, do you hear me? I do not want you to set that explosive!
Wretched pyros. This place is a busy history.
Okay. So, Brody says, so it works, and she's hot, in regards to him hitting on my cousin. Mason says, oh shoot. Mason says, we're gonna drop a named location near where we live, and air out some laundry. What the fuck is happening, LMAO? We didn't name any location. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And then, Brody says, but she's married, which I respected, and it was at a family Thanksgiving, and that I apologize for. And then Shrimp with the eyes just like, oh? And then Mason says, I can't smash Ricky, so I just gotta smash someone that looks like him. And then Brody says, they don't look alike, you goober. And then Mason says, they all look almost exactly alike. I mean, me, Dad, all of our uncles and shit. I mean, aside from Uncle Bill and Uncle Rod. But
How are you talking about how your family genetics is just a copier?
yeah, we're talking in the chat because I'm streaming Tomb Raider. Shrimp's here.
Yeah, just a copy machine.
Shrimp's here if you wanted to ignore her some more too. And then Brody says, it's not the same! Hmm. I am unsure if I can stand on that or not. I would imagine no. Oh no, they shaved off the pointy bit on her boobs. No. You know, I probably should have stayed up there. Ah. Mason says, you think he'll get the shotgun? And Brody says, no! Mason says, nope. And Brody says, restart. Mason says he's not getting the shotgun. And then Brody says, you're going to want that shotgun. And then Mason says, I also know where the secret you missed is, Brody. I videotaped it, so I'm going to have to find the clip. And then Brody says, I got all the secrets on this level on the second run. Then Mason says, oh, never mind then. Then Brody says, go ahead and remind me if you want. I'm interested. I guess I'll just restart then. Or not. I guess I'll just exit. Again! Is the shotgun, like, up here? Or is it on that ledge that I jumped on? I don't see it on this ledge. Okay, so Brody says go to the left at the start, right beneath you, to the left, up, 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 right there! Go to the left. don't know where you talking about a shotgun at. Ah, shit. we'll just die. Brody was like, right there. Go to the left. Stop! Turn right towards the spawn. I'm getting on X-Bot. Hold on. Mason says, Brody said, I've had enough of your shit, LMAO. You know a shotgun right here. Oh, okay. I see. How the fuck are you supposed to get that, though? Like... what? Time to die. Brody said, I'm going to sully the pristine forest of Tomb Raider 3 stream, FML. And then he corrects himself first. And then Brody says, never mind, there's a fucking console update. Brody says, rage, fury, irritation, humiliation. God damn it. So Brody says, you can jump to it from the left, but you have to land just right. And then he says, try to land on the cracked looking parts. Okay, so I have to pretty much jump to that corner. You found it! Too bad! Then Brody says, "Try camera mode." I mean, I understand where it's at. It's like on that weird corner bit. It's just like I don't. Trying to stick that's gonna be a bitch. Oh my god. Okay. Fuck. So Liz says, "Sup, losers." And then Brody says, "Yes, yes, yes." And then Brody says, "Jump to the left side after getting the shotgun." Watch. Because I didn't save there. Like I knew I should have. Like I was like, you know, I should really save, but I don't want to like come out the gate being a save scummy bitch. And this is what I get for not being a save scummy bitch. And then Brody says, "You probably saw the shotgun shells on the left. There's a secret there too, for this game only." And then Liz says, "Die, damn it!" And then Brody says, "You have my express permission to be a save scummy bitch." Surprise, you guys get to crash out at the very first beginning part. The exact start of Tomb Raider 3. Ah! The worst thing is that, like, I can't, like, just restart the fucking level. Then Brody says, "You gonna need it." Alright. Gonna try this. Yes! Okay. Ha ha! Lowing. Well, that's... Well, I'm glad I didn't get hit by that. I didn't even know that was coming. I was like, huh. I don't know why it's all rumbly. That's so weird. And then the boulder stops just shy of my ass cheeks. And then Brody says, "Yes! Save!" And then, "Don't move!" Sorry, I was putting some DP in my mouth. There's not a secret over here, is there? There's not like a whole nother thing. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like there's anything over here. So Brody says, save right here, because there's a tricky jump to get the secret. I don't know what a secret could be. Like, I don't see anything. Like, am I jumping straight across? Like, for the frickin'. where you guys, like, what are you wanting me to do? Like, am I supposed to, like, get up here or something? Oh. Because of course! I'll allow it. Liz got flagged by the auto mod for saying up your ass. And then Brody says, or next to you. Or no, he said you're gonna have to jump around that tree in front of you or next to you. And then Liz says twice, what the fuck, about her getting auto mod censored. Tell you what. I tell you what. I'm gonna tell you a thing. Okay. No, god damn it. Hi, Liz.
Stop, don't fucking move. Don't. Turn. You are jumping around that tree.
Well, I know, I gotta get over here. I'm trying to get that thingy.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
Brody
so...
keeps saying in the chat, no, you have to jump around. The other way.
No, because, like, there's a little platformy thing here. I'm gonna up that.
Okay.
At least that's what I was thinking. But
I don't think...
okay, so bloop. Okay. So Mason says, first my YouTube, then my job. And then Brody goes, bruh. And then Mason says, all because of auto mods. And then Liz says, and the second time was self-censored. And then Brody says, no. And then Mason says, we should burn AI. Then Brody says, to your left. Fuck! The tree to your left. Jump around it. The tree to your left. Jump around it. And then Xander says, oh boy, Tomb Raider's back. And then then Brody says, is this what Mason feels? Utterly powerless? And then Mason says, yes, learn how I feel. Yeah, I figured since Mason is a bum, I'd try to, you know, help him feel a little bit better and stream me playing the first of Tomb Raider 3. And I joked that just sit here and do a Tomb Raider 3 stream every week that he's unemployed. Well, dang. That's not what I wanted at all. Okay. Mason says, feel how I suffered. And then Brody says, great stream. Best stream. No! The tree! Jump around the tree to your left! And then he said, fuck yes! Yes! Can you feel that? Can you feel it, Captain Compost? And then Xander says, bruh, the fuck happened, Mason? I feel like I missed something. And then Brody says, the day of redemption is at hand! Gotta get me a save crystal that does absolutely fuck all nothing. So, question. If I were to drop down here, would I still hit the spikes? Nope, we're good. I would like to see, though. Okay, I guess we're good. Brody says, this is bad for my blood pressure. And then Xander says, good to see Brody's having a mental breakdown. And then Brody says, I need a drink. And then Mason says, for 2 fucking games, I bitched and moaned about Ricky being incapable of the simplest of jumps. And then Brody says, go to the left. And then Shrimp says, finished feeding my animals. Now I gotta go buy my neighbor's animals and feed them. And then Liz says, see, he can do them. He just chooses not to play good. Bye, Shrimp. Have fun feeding aminals. Are you sure I need to go left and not this way? Because this way looks like it's got stuff and things. It just looks like it's ready to be raided. Oh, yeah. You know, if they have a specific way they wanted me to go, it would probably help if they put, like, some yellow paint or something. That way, like, I knew which way I was supposed to go. Versus, you know, me just going all over the place, smacking my head on walls, being like, where am I supposed to be right now? What the hell am I supposed to do? Oh, hey, that's a secret. Can it really count as a secret when it's, like, right there out in the open? Loads the game instead of saves it. Okay. So... then Brody says, yes! To the left! And then Liz says, it's all about his aesthetic. What's all about my aesthetic? What is my aesthetic?
Pretending to be bad at games when you can actually do it. You just do it for the lulz.
I love how Liz is insinuating that I am good at Tomb Raider right now. that I am secretly great at Tomb Raider, and I pretend to be bad. And then Brody says, you're gonna come back here after you get the secret at the left. And then Shrimp says, I'm still here, lol. And then Liz says, shing! Sparkle, sparkle. And then Brody says, console update faster! And then Mason says, I don't think we were in the stream for that conversation. And then Brody says, SpongeBob. And then he says, it's to your left. And then Shrimp says, Liz! Her angelic voice! It looks like mud. My name is Mud. My name is Mud. I do like the level of detail that they put like on the textures to make it look three-dimensional, despite the fact that it is very flat. Yeah, looks a lot better. I like how in photo mode, the like wind continues to like blow her ponytail around, despite the fact that the rest of her is frozen. Oh hey, things and stuff. Alligator comes up, eats me. Skips playing Tomb Raider 3, starts playing The Last Revelation. So then Brody says, head to the left, jump up, grab the ledge, and then you can drop down into the small, dry aquifer. And then Liz says, I wish more people thought like you, my cheese wife. And then Brody says, ha, boobs, nipples. And then Shrimp says, yeah, but then I wouldn't be special to you. And then heartbreak. And then Brody says, nom 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 nom. Head to the left, all the way down. You know what they say, Pierce nipples taste like house keys, and there's no place like home. Ain't nothing up here. I guess we'll check this one. Oh, that's just gonna slide me back down. Yeah, like that. Hubla! Nope. Not that one. Hello, sir. Okay, and then... Well, if you're not gonna include your audio, then... then there's no point in you reading chat. So Brody said, there's a pickup down there, and you can jump up to on those ledges for more pickups too. And then, Liz, in response to Shrimp, says, "This is true." And then Mason says, "That's actually kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie." I'm assuming he's talking about, nipples tasting like house keys, and there's no place like home. And then Shrimp says, "Everyone say hi to my neighbor's horse, Disco." And then Brody says, "Greetings, handsome Disco." And then Liz says, "Have you ever sucked Pierce titty? How would you know if it's gross?" You don't understand. He draws the line at Pierce nipples. He just wants a clown woman to pull like 12 feet of handkerchiefs out of his dick hole. That's all he wants out of this. And I'm getting reverb from your headset. But never mind, you're not including your chat, so I guess it doesn't matter. It's just gonna bother me. Why does he keep stammering and stop talking? You don't understand, guys. I'm secretly, schizophrenic. And the voices, they won't stop. I'm guessing I'm done up here. So I'm not getting in the mud. Mud. Mud, 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 mud. Oh yeah, making this game last way longer than it needs to. Now you're talking my game. It's part of my aesthetic, you know. Don, do I need to go ahead and drop down to the left, or? Okay. Well, that's the mud. Never mind. Back to the mud? There's nothing here but a wall. I started going this way and you said no! I mean, I can always kill that fucking monkey. I could always reload. Was that the med pack he was supposed to pick up? Okay! So, Liz says, "Hi, Disco." Mason says, "Hello, Disco." And it's not the pierced nipples, it's how he described liking pierced nipples. And then Liz says, "I mean, I'd be impressed." And then Shrimp says, "I will send Disco to the cord. Or in the cord." And then Liz says, I'm gonna move to the tub. I'll be right back. Liz's tub time, everybody! Liz is gonna be naked and wet. So now I'm going this way in all that water, right? Okay, so I'm not going back the way that I just opened that thingy then? Oh, okay. Well, fine. So I'm swimming this direction. Well, it's not very hard. It's pulling me this way. Yeah. So I think the problem we're having here is because what you're seeing is like a second behind where I'm actually at and what I'm actually looking at. So you're telling me to go in a direction that I'm already past, that I'm not looking at anymore. So I'm like, fine, I'm looking, so I turn, and then you're just like, no! I did turn, and to the left. I'm getting out of here while I still have sanity. Oh, hey! Pointy spikes. And then Liz says, tub time, trademark of Billy the Cryptid. And then Brody says, there is a spike trap here. I have a hunch you might be right. You know what they say, like, trust your gut in times of doubt. And, my gut says that there mayhaps be a spike trap in this small little room. I suppose I'll be a saved scummy bitch just because if I don't, and I have to start all over, pretty much from the beginning, Brody will probably shit his pants. Ouch. Okay, so that's where I came from, so I gotta come over here. Look at that beautiful wood texture. Yes. Yes. Quite. So then Brody says, you're gonna drop down, flip the switch, do a roll, roll to do a 180, then jump up on the ledge and out of danger. Perfect. Take the zip. There's no danger when you land. And then Shrimp says, I'm back home now. Shades, smiley face. And then Brody says, you haven't seen my wood texture. Am I supposed to jump from here? The answer is yes. Am I falling down? It doesn't look like I'm gonna die. And then Brody says yes. There may be some giant cobras down there. Bitch! Oh. Does that look like a cobra to you? And then he says, or near here. You know what? We're just gonna... Right. There may be some cobras. Looks at a tiger. Bad kitty. A very naughty kitty. Laura really hates those fucking monkeys, man. She sees one of those fucking... I think it's a macaque? I don't fucking know. She sees one of them monkeys and she's just like... Give me a reason. Yes, quite. I might be better off just playing in the old graphics just so that I can see shit. Not from lighting, but just so that I can see what's actually in the level because, like, I mean, I guess props because that's how a jungle would fucking look, but there's so much fucking shit here that it's hard to see. Just what's all here and where and yeah. That's a boulder. Jumps across the boulder. No. Well, I'm assuming I have to go in the tree, and then that's when the boulder is gonna fucking start rolling at me and be like, "Ha ha, time to get fucked, loser." That, or when I pull the lever. Oh, hey, some pickups. We'll go ahead and save here, I guess. It's not like I'm gonna be able to get the save achievements or the fucking timed achievements. You missed all the stuff behind the boulder, you dumb fuck. Okay. Then Brody says, it might be a tiger. Don't. And then he says, I want to pet a tiger. And then, struggles with the spelling of macaque. And then Liz says, macaw. And then Brody says, God, I just want to lick the sweat from Laura's thighs. I mean, she do have nice thighs. Like, Laura's hot. Like, 100%. Like, got a great rack, got a nice ass. Like, 100, like, she is hot. But, I don't, like, being out in the fucking, like, jungle and shit, like, nah. Like, after she took a shower, yeah, sure, no problem. But, yeah, nah, I'm not licking, I'm not licking them thighs after she's been out in this hot, humid fucking jungle. Wading through all kinds of fucking foliage and, like, no. Walking through who knows what, like, I've been in that water. Like, we don't know what's in that water. All the fucking bacteria just, like, resting on those thighs, waiting to be licked off and into somebody's bloodstream. That is another tiger! Bad kitty. God damn it! Could you aim at the fucking tiger, please? And then Liz says, no, macaw, like a weenie joke. Say it right. Oh, macaw. And then Brody says, nope, it has to be in the jungles of India. And Liz says, oh yeah, you can just taste the poop water. And then Brody says, that's the city. This is the jungle. I mean, waterways, like, be connected and stuff, yo. And then Liz says, England's occupation of India fucked up everything. And then Mason says, guys, I think he's in India. And then Brody says, greater Indians continue to trash their own country. Or... better, or just, I don't know. I don't know what he's implying with the arrows. And then Mason says, I wasn't quite sure. And then Brody says, it's the Brits' fault. And then Mason says, but there's just something about the ambiance. It's all the titties carved into the ladies on the wall. Blip. Pick up come over here. Pick up these sticks of things. No, nothing over that way. That is the hole. Alright. Who left their gaping hole on the floor? Can't trust anybody these days, just leaving gaping holes on the ground. Monkey. You saved me. Monkey. Alright, where's the tiger? Yep. I remember watching Brody do this little section many times. So I knew there was a fucking tiger coming. I fucking knew it. Well, damn. Really? Okay. Okay. Uploads the game again. And then Liz says, I know, soundtrack is on point. And then this area seems too open. I think it needs another tiger. And then Brody says, if I'm not fucking to the Tomb Raider 3 soundtrack, that ain't me. And Liz did a laugh crying emoji. Well, gang, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for the night. I know, it's only been an hour and 15 minutes. But I got Pokemon to catch, and I got a limited amount of time I can catch them in. Maybe next week, if Mason's still unemployed, we'll do another stream. And then Brody says, if I'm not listening to the strings of a sitar being masterfully strummed and plucked while I'm licking the salt from Laura's thighs, it's not me. Why? Why isn't it me? And Liz says, and the poop. Don't forget the poop. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed watching what's probably going to be the only episode of Tomb Raider 3. Brody says all women have poop thighs, confirmed. All women in India have poop thighs. Literal shit golems, he says. But Mason says, watch me have to live under. Mason says, watch me have to live under an overpass next week, and you'll be streaming. Just streams and promotes a Patreon to get you into a halfway house for a week. Mason says, and no one will know where I'll be. You'll be under an overpass watching my stream. Gotta pay your phone bill so you can watch me stream. You'll be fine, Mason. I'm sure Dad'll let you move in with him. After all, you've got his grandson. Mason says, with what money? You paying my phone bill? Liz says, work that overpass. A handy's 10, a BJ's 25. It's 35 if your friend wants to watch. And then it's $50 for a ZJ. What's a ZJ? You gotta ask, you can't afford it. Mason says he'll cover redacted in dirt and bag. And then he says, oops, name dropped the child. Cut that out. And by the way, his social security number is redacted. His birth date is redacted. And then Brody says, money is slavery, family is wealth. And then Liz says, I'll buy you some Daisy Dukes. Mason says, that's how you know I'm fucking stressed. Well, like I said, thanks for popping into the stream, everybody. Hope you enjoyed what little gameplay there was, because I know that I had to keep stopping to read chat. You can blame everybody for no one volunteering to read chat. So, hopefully we'll have somebody to read chat next time, depending on what game I play, because unless Mason's unemployed next week too, I'm probably never opening this game again, because fuck Tomb Raider. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Hopefully you have a great rest of your week. Hopefully Mason gets employment, so I never have to open this game again. And yeah, you guys have an amazing night, amazing week, amazing month. You can have an okay year, I suppose. What's left of it anyway.